Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Thank you very much for coming in to see me again. I appreciate it. It was a pleasure to meet you last time. So what I wanted to cover here today was part of the discussion that we're going to have over the overall thing, but I'm going to focus on the retirement portion now, so just so you can have a little bit of a better grasp on this. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was your investments, starting with your 401k. So currently you're investing approximately $7,500. We want to go ahead and reduce that to about $3,000. And the reason for this is because we're going to take investments and just move them around a little bit so that this affects our taxes and whatnot, but just to have a better outcome as far as the longevity of your money and how that's going to last. Along with that, I also understand that you're investing in your brokerage account. In order to optimize the savings and minimize the taxes on that, as far on a long-term basis, we're going to need to reduce that also from $2,000 to a nice zero on that. The IRA, well, the Roth IRA, I'm sorry, is also going to be changed up, but that's going to be actually increased. We're going to increase that from $6,500 a month to, $6,500 to $77,500. The reason why some of these are going down and others are going up is because of the tax. So a little bit to touch on the tax. I know we're talking about retirement here, but some of the money that goes into the 401k, for example, that's pre-taxed money, and whatever goes into the Roth IRA is post-tax dollars. So you're taxed on the money on the Roth, that gets put into the Roth, and that gets to grow. And then when you come at retirement, when you bring that out, there's no taxes on that. Although it is an income, but it's just not part of your taxable income. With regard to your Social Security and your pension, we will ask as part of the plan that you will also be applying for that as soon as you're possible, or as soon as you can take that. So that'll be 3 months. You apply for Social Security 3 months before retirement. With your pension plan, as soon as you're retired, also you'll go ahead and start taking those. Now, you had a question about your home renovations, and that'll come, obviously, when you're about to sell the land. That'll be about time just after you retire. So we consider that as part of your retirement or your retirement section as far as the plan goes. And we did discuss the ranch that you're going to be accepting at that point in the future. Because of that asset and the income that that's going to bring in, that will make the home renovations possible. You wanted to spend about $50,000 on that for the kitchen and the bathroom, I believe, and that's actually a great idea. I think renovating the kitchen and the bathroom are probably the two things that bring the most value to a home. So good news on that. Like I said, you will be able to do that. I did mention the ranch, the future interest on the ranch. I know you had a question of whether you should take the sale, or somebody was offering you to sell you that interest, or whether you should keep it. So as tempting as that might be, the best long-term situation for that would be to keep the ranch that you have right now. I know you're not receiving anything currently, but let me put it to you this way. In order to have sufficient, the equivalent value of what you will have in the future, say you take the $800,000, I believe is what it was, and you would take that and you'd invest it into something that's phenomenal and gives you great return, it still wouldn't get you to the point that you would get $100,000 annually starting at retirement. You would actually need approximately $2 million, just over $2 million, $2.3 million, I believe, to invest currently in order to get $100,000 starting 10 years from now for the remainder of your retirement. So $800,000 versus $2.3 is a huge difference. The best thing to do is really just to keep the ranch and wait for that money to start coming in at your income and at your retirement, and enjoy it then. We did talk about a family limited partnership in the estate section. Like I said, this is something that you would discuss with an attorney, so please don't consider this legal advice, but it was probably the best route to take with regard to the ranch. I know you wanted to take care of the ranch, not have future generations mess with it, turn it into a giant Starbucks and whatnot, but just keep that income coming in from the ranch as long as possible. So putting that asset into a family limited partnership is going to be the best way to go about achieving that goal for you. There's actually an additional or an excess funding requirement that we built into your plan that gives you a whole lot more flexibility. And we rated this number with the number of the possibility of success. So with keeping $20,000 in a separate account or separately, you are able to move that around. So if you wanted to spend more money or put more money into Lizzie's college fund, you would be able to go as much as $20,000 more, or put another $20,000 into the kitchen and the bathroom renovations. That's also going to give you that opportunity to move. So the plan is very flexible, and that's going to be a really good thing to do if you wanted to change some things around. If you have any other questions about anything else, we'd be happy to discuss it at this point. And I'm always just a phone call away. We could either set up an appointment or talk on the phone. And thank you again, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Bye.